Many of our beliefs and behaviors are really just mental triggers established by trauma or ritual inculcation through abuse. We were either humiliated, punished, or frightened into thinking a certain way via our social upbringing and institutions. These stimuli established physical neural pathways in our brain that were then by repetition strengthened by the protein myelin to ensure the speed and persistence of the trigger. Our beliefs are very literally hardwired into our brains. This process is beneficial to us when the pathways are developed for appropriate reasons, as they cause our brains to be more efficient. They are a shortcut to having to figure something out every time we experience it. However, these pathways can also be developed for inappropriate reasons, and this is the cause of PTSD and other neurologically based behavioral pathologies. This is why changing a person's mind via direct confrontation or argumentation is almost impossible. When certain topics come up, the mind is triggered to protect itself, and the person literally cannot think outside the confines of these very well-established neural pathways. These triggers create a kind of mental firewall around the brain, using these reinforced neural networks. This is very useful to politicians and advertisers because they can exploit these triggers to cause people to instinctively respond in the way that keep them in power or to keep their products top of mind. In the realm of advertising, just try this test. When I say the words soda pop, what comes to your mind? If you thought of the brand names of soda products, then you can see how advertisers have wired your brain to respond to the stimulus of soda pop. Those brand names didn't just end up there on accident. In political rhetoric, you may have heard the 4 M's to describe common conservative political triggers. The 4 M's are Mexicans, Muslims, marijuana, and marriage. A conservative campaign in America can easily be built around these common trigger themes because American educational, political, and religious culture has conditioned us in this way. The content of these campaigns is simple to create, and the results are effective and predictable. It is a very efficient use of campaign resources, essentially hacking the brains of a collectively traumatized public. Politicians and advertisers do not cause change. They simply try to figure out or create these triggers via polling and other sociological and demographic studies and methods, and then create campaign rhetoric or ad copy that stimulates the desired response. It is a very Pavlovian exercise, but not an intellectual one, that reinforces and traps the public inside predictable mental firewalls.